Welcome back, Weather Kingdom. We are going to be taking a look at the tropics here. Just give it a moment. We are going to be taking a look at the latest trending on the tropics here of the GFS and the icon. We have some new data coming in that maybe we have another serious turning point at this given time. We're just going to have to give this a second to come in. So, once again, we are starting to live out here. We are having a little bit there. Alright. GFS is coming out as of current timing right now. So I want to take a look at the GFS with you, the Canadian, and some of the other models. So okay, one second, you guys. We're going to be going live for the next hour or two about that. Just one moment. Okay, we already got 5 watching. Hello, Preston. Hello, hello. Just one moment. We are getting everything all set here for the GFS and the. We're going to be taking a look at some things. Hey, Scene. I saw you earlier. That is awesome news. Just one moment. We are just all setting up. Hey, Preston, Howie, from Pat Stream, here from Pat Stream, that's good. Yep, Pat is done streaming for now. Look at the icon. Yes, I will be. That is a very big thing. Just one moment, you guys. Yep. Hello, if you are new, like, subscribe. That is very true. We already have 7 watching here. That's already very impressive. We are already in the works of this stream. If you guys are new, please chat, please subscribe. We're going to be taking a look at the newest GFS and icon. I have seen the latest icon, you guys. It is much further to the south. Also, the new GFS is too. I wanted to get everything set up, but you guys wanted, I know you guys really, from Pat Stream and everyone, really wanted me to cover this, and I don't blame you. This is a very big thing. So we are 6 hours out. This is the positioning of 1002. We're currently around 1004 on the GFS. We'll be taking a look at satellite and everything and looking at our thing, but here it is. The storm does move south in the next 6 hours. A west-southwest movement. And then there's even one point then the GFS goes a little bit north, and no, more like a westward. Once you start hitting that 12 to 18 hours. So at least from the GFS, the next 12 hours, the storm is already going south to us. That's very important. That's still enough time to get it down below 5. We're also, if you guys are new, let's get up to 10 likes. That's our first goal. And let's get up to 290 subscribers. That is the next goal, as we are going to be streaming for the next couple hours. I think this is going to be another very great stream. We'll be taking a look at the icon. Hey, Scene. Hey Preston, keep me updated on how everything's working with the frame rates. And then you can kind of see that kind of goes west northwest a little bit as we get into 2 p.m. on August 13th, tomorrow afternoon or so. As we keep taking a look, then it kind of dips a little bit back to the west and even south. We're going to have to see if that actually goes a little bit more south than west. I think that is very possible. Thank you guys. We are at 5 likes already. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the chats going and everything. Then we can kind of actually see it kind of takes another dip to the south, though just a tad bit, and west. Now it's 1,004. So it's going to be remaining west and south for at least the next 30 hours. It does try and move a little bit more north, but then it gets tugged. So we'll have to see if that trend continues that south. And then we can see that continuing to go pretty much west, maybe even west-northwest. And then that kind of happens here once you start getting a little bit stronger here with the storm the next 48 hours. We are in the latitude. I forgot to get my epic pen. I am very sorry, you guys. We are already crushing it in the first 6 minutes. We are already. Let's get the epic pen here as we're going to be taking a look. Once again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe. That will be the ultimate goal here. Just one moment. I'm making sure all the frame rates and everything's good. Okay. So as we take a look in the next 48 hours, there's our low. All right. Our low is pretty much due east of Puerto Rico at the same latitude. Maybe even a little bit south in the next 48 hours. Very interesting on the latest GFS. As we take a look at the 48-hour mark, last run, it's actually a little bit southwest. More like, a little bit more west and south and a little bit stronger on the latest GFS. And then it does try and go west-northwest. At this point, it's 1,000 millibars. I do think this could be even in the upper 990s. Here it is, pretty much due west of the northern islands here. Not fully yet. This has been a continuing trend where maybe things get a little bit closer than thought and then makes that turn. We'll have to just wait and see on that if it does miss the ridge. That's going to be very interesting. Is everyone good? Is anyone new, you guys? Anyone new? Let me know if you guys are from Pat's Path Predictor stream, please. Let me know. Then we could kind of see this go 1,002. We're having a little bit issues with my keyboard here. I'm very sorry. Okay. I'm fixing that. So at this point, then we see the storm kind of widen just a little bit. We're now right here, and this is making a little bit gain of latitude, but it's a little bit more west and south, and that's been the continuing trend. And how long does this trend continue will be a major question, because on this run, it was quite a bit stronger and a little bit more southwest on the latest 0Z. And as we take a look at the 999 millibars, it's actually a little bit more north. We start making that little bit northern jog right there as 72 hours out. We are probably at a strong tropical storm. I wouldn't even be surprised we're at a hurricane at this given time. And the current high pressure is, this is a little bit stronger on here. The high pressure, I think this is going to be a big trend where this high pressure is going to be just a tad bit stronger. It's pretty weak. But it's right now, this is that flow. The flow is generally out of this way. So how west does it go? Does it follow it? Those are all very big and large questions. Anything, you're good. Okay, thank you, Preston. Thank you. Please share this, like, and let's get up to 300 subscribers. Let's get up to 290. That's the ultimate goal here. Well, I started 9 minutes ago. We're still good. We can kind of see... Oh, what happened here? We could kind of see as the latest thing there. Oh, then it makes that... And then it makes more of a westward. It's definitely a little bit more west. Why is it more west, you guys? You guys might be asking, why is it more west? And that's a big difference here. This is that trough, okay? Let's make this actually a little bit bigger. This is going to be a much closer run, I do think. Because look at the trough. The trough is only extending now down to here. While this piece of the high pressure is now extending all the way over here. That means as this high pressure is right here, it can't go north. It can't be doing this anymore. So the National Hurricane Center also talked about the GFS being wrong about the 18Z. So it's pretty interesting how the 0Z is going to be. It might be actually trying to fix itself just a bit. But then you could kind of see that kind of keeps itself built in there. It does start to decay just a bit, that high pressure. But from last run to this run, it's a little bit farther west. And I still think it's going to go out to sea, but I think it's going to be a much closer shot towards the East Coast. Just give me one moment. How is everything here on the channel? Let's get a few more people in here, you guys. Let's go. We have 5 people watching. Let's get that a little bit up. Let's get everything going up. That would be good. Oh, look at that. The new GFS actually goes west with it. That's a huge difference. Look at that. It actually goes west. That's a new... That's a trend coming back. Look at that. It actually went west on the latest... Wow, that's gonna be an incredible development story here. Why does the GFS go a little bit more west in the next 84 hours out? That's about 3 and almost a half days out. And it does make that a little bit more north, but then it goes a little bit west. Why does it do that? It's because of this. The trough up here is much weaker on the GFS, and it's only extending that much. While here we got weak fluence, but we do have a bit of a stronger ridge, high pressure, kind of keeping the flow to the west. While this piece of energy is not going to be doing too much, what's going to happen is this actually might slow down on this run because of the steering flow. It kind of now we got 10 people watching. We are starting to build it up here. Aaron is 26 Celsius right now. It looks like it's like 79. That will be warming up, Jordan. That will be definitely warming up. Let's get up to 10 likes. Let's start subscribing. Let's do this. We're going to be questioning on how far west will this go. Wow, look at that, you guys. It's a much closer feel here on the... Whoa. That's different. This whole GFS run is 20 times different, you guys. Look at that. We are right here. This is the GFS on this run here. Closer to the islands. But why is it all of a sudden a lot different than the previous time? That's because this high pressure now is extending. You can tell by the isobars. Look at that. Extending above this system like this. Okay. That's giving a flow from the high pressure like this. Look at that. That's giving that extending flow just to the north of it. While we got another, while this trough here is really not connecting anymore. We do not have this storm really connecting to the trough, and that's very interesting as the last run we had it connecting to the trough. Look at that. That's crazy. I know people in the weather chat's going to be talking about it quite a bit here in the next couple moments. I know they will be. One moment, you guys. Okay. Very impressive here on the GFS. It really gets me thinking of what happens now. Whoa, wow, look at that. It honestly, it completely does not even go out to sea anymore. I mean, it will, but it gets a lot closer. And it kind of strengthens also into a hurricane just once it's north of Puerto Rico. Look at that. Just north of Puerto Rico. What we have here is still that high ridging right here, kind of trying to keep this storm. It's starting to make that little gain of latitude, but it's honestly heading in this direction. What I can see out of this run is it's going to be a lot closer to the United States on this run. That's because the high pressure is more built into it. Look at that difference there. We're talking about a 992 north of Florida. I mean Puerto Rico. My bad, you guys. I did not mean it like that. One moment. We have 11 people watching. Now the chat's starting to blow. 79 moving in the 80s in the AM. Wednesday, there is some decent sea convection on the north side of the storm. There's even some decent convection flirting in the southeast. Thank you, Preston Howie. That's going to be very good. Thank you, guys. We are now at 7 likes. Let's get this up even higher. 17 minutes, and we are starting to gain the chats and everything. This is awesome. We're going to be here for quite a bit. We're going to be looking at the Canadian. We're going to try and get some of the GEFS ensembles. We'll just see how far we can get before we just get a little too tired here. But it starts making that northern jog. Let me just... Actually, after Bermuda. That's going to be an interesting run. Because if we take a look at the 18Z run, we were just talking about it here, where it does start to feel that flow, and then it actually does start going north here on the high. But I think what's going to happen is, instead of the low being actually away from Bermuda, I think we're going to see a low like here, west of Bermuda. I think that's going to be a possibility, or maybe just right on Bermuda. But it's going to be one of those, and I still think that's a little bit far-fetched as of there. We are at 8 likes, so let's get up to 10 likes, and once again, our goal is to get to 300 subscribers. We are going to start with 7 likes. All right, we are continuing to go up. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Looking at the 18Z. And then the 0Z. It's a lot different. And I'm not... I look at that. It's much more of a western shift here. Look at that. That moves about 150 miles to the west. And this is getting concerning because if the models keep showing this. We're going to be talking about some pretty crazy stuff here on this storm. 114 hours out. Look at that. This is definitely entering Cat 2 hurricane status at this point. Canadian's going to be coming out. Let's just make sure. Oh, 117 hours is out on the pivotal. Actually, 120. GFS is going to be catching up to it any moment. Any questions or any concerns, you guys? Keep me guys updated on everything. Yeah, you could definitely see in the frame here. This is going to be updating any moment. We're about to get a few more hours here. Canadian's supposed to be coming out too. Actually, yeah, it's at 70. Okay, different here too. Look at that. Right now, it's a little bit southwest. So that's another big thing to talk about. We are 1 like away from 10 likes. Let's keep that going up. It actually takes a pretty good dive in the next 6 to 12 hours. And then kind of moves west and kind of then dives again. And then takes a weird... It goes a little bit north here. But then it gets dove back down. But it's quicker. That's interesting on the latest Canadian. We're going to be watching the latest Canadian also. We're taking a look at the Canadian, the Icon, the GFS, and the ensembles. And then we'll see where we're at that point. Look at that. And then it's a much bigger difference, you guys. I mean, look at this. This is really not feeling... I mean, this is much closer to the United States than you think from last run. And it rapidly changes from a 984 to 986. And honestly, it's moving more northwest at this point. That means things are building, and I'm wondering what the new run is going to show. Look at that. It's the furthest it has been, you guys. That's latest GFS. We're at 288 subscribers. Our goal is to get to 299. The 20% AOI integrator has a fairly visible spin on it. Jordan, Preston Howie too. We'll take a look at that after this. That might have a slim possibility of forming. We'll have to wait and see. I noticed that. Yeah, you guys could definitely talk to each other in the chat. I'm interested on this Oh, okay. And then it starts going. It's different, you guys. It's a lot less connected here. It is really, really detached. I mean, look. We got a building high pressure now coming back in here. We also got a building pressure up here. That's going to be connecting with this. This is kind of moving on its way out, while this is going to be pushing back in here. The only other trough is in the United States there, but the question is, will it hit there? High weather kingdom, this could be a big threat to land depending on how south it could go. It could, you guys. We're at 19 watching here. We are definitely starting to find what we did earlier with the view rate and everything. That is a massive goal. Please like, subscribe, share this with your friends and family. We're doing absolutely great on the stream already. Very happy that you guys are tuning in already. We have now hit 10 likes. Thank you guys. Our next goal is 15 likes. We're only not even a half an hour in, and we are already getting a lot of support on this. And I'm very thankful, you guys, for it. Interesting. That's going to be an interesting run. Honestly, on the latest GFS, it is faster and the ridge is stronger. That actually could be pushing closer to the unit. Wow, look at that. Latest run is northwest, and this is pretty interesting here. I mean, look at the differences here on the model. Anyone in the comments could be, but what do you mean that blue, my friend? Oh, that blue. I know, no, wait, could be. Look at the blue though. Look, all that blue when it was here. Look at what's going on. The ridging. Remember, the blue is trough. That's lower pressures. That's where it will want to go. This is that trough. But we have a little high pressure kind of building up here in the north while we got another big blocking one up in Canada. We got a kind of a trough in the United States right here. And we got a high pressure strengthening and building back in here. So with this building in like this and disconnecting us from there, the question is, does this get a lot closer to the United States or not? So there's your thing, Jordan. I hope you understand what I mean there. I'll be showing you guys in the next few little bit as we keep getting a few runs. The difference is, you guys, I'm not surprised the GFS kind of moved like this, but I wasn't expecting this much a gap. This is from last run. This you knew it was already going out. Okay, look. Last run, there was nothing really heading. This was another trough. This was a non-existing high here that was keeping it from going north. So what happened automatically, it was connected and there was nothing really stopping it. And the high was much further to the north and away from it. So they're trying to break the high. Yes, I agree with you, Preston, on that. Yep. So they're trying to break the high. That high is actually building back in now. Let's see. We are at 1/4. Yeah, see, look at this. This is a much different case scenario where this is probably going to go out to sea, but it is much closer to the United States on this run. Okay, I mean trough, not trough. Yeah, you're good, man. Look at that. It is much closer and away from Bermuda here. Look at that. Massive difference. This is going to be a different, and we're going to have to look at tomorrow runs too. That's going to be a very large thing to take a look at. I mean, trough. Yup. Look at that. High pressure building right in there. But there's only one thing we have to talk about. There's another trough right here. While we got a high pressure kind of trying to build here and here, we got these two kind of forcing it that way. But this trough is going to start moving them out this way. So what's ultimately going to happen is this is going to do something like I said, probably do something like this and then shoot out into the Atlantic. But when we take a look, the last run was over here. So it will be a good 100 to 200 mile difference on the latest GFS. That's why I love taking a look at this with you guys. It is awesome. Yeah, see what I mean? It definitely starts moving north then. It's because of that trough there, but it's a lot closer on this run. That's a big difference here. And I want to take a look at just one moment, you guys. Alright, one moment. We're letting some of the runs come in. Let's look at that. Yeah, it starts moving north. But look how big of a difference that is. And then look at the second wave back here, much stronger also. Something to keep a look at. It's a much different breed here. It's a much stronger. The high here is, this is that high, that blocking high. There's a trough right there. What's going to ultimately happen is this is going to kind of go like this or something like that. But it's a much different scenario than last run. That's greatly different here. Alright, we're at 289 subscribers, you guys. We are 11 subscribers away from 300. Let's try and get to one more subscriber. Let's subscribe here. Let's get into one more, and then we'll be at 290. And then tomorrow when we stream, let's make a new goal. Let's try and get to 10 more subscribers. And let's do it all over again. On this run, there will be major impacts into Bermuda, but I do think that will continue to shift more and more. I wouldn't be surprised 6Z goes even deeper. Well, we'll have to take a look at the Canadian to verify that, because if Canadian is much more, then I think the GFS is delayed, and you know how it runs with the GFS. I mean, I'm not too surprised. I mean, I am, but I'm not. Canadian has it more west, more southwest here. Has it strengthening rapidly more once we get above Puerto Rico. Oh, so this is a much different ridging here. It's different, but it's still out to sea. That high never stays. It kind of gets pulled out of the trough on the Canadian. Look at that. Compare the GFS. It's a much more pivotal turn. At this point, slingshot's out because it has to. He has a sharp turn too. On there. We're at 11 likes. Let's get up to 15 is our next goal. We're one away from 290 subscribers. My arm is starting to hurt. I'm noticing that right now. And as I'm speaking with you guys, give me one moment. We're gonna have a Dr. Pepper with this. Where is she? Stay on the phone. One moment, you guys. Okay, I'm back, you guys. Sorry about the little wait here. Okay, thank you guys for all your support. I'm very sorry. Okay, we're chilling here now. Let's get right back into the tropics here. I got my drink. Okay. That's your gem model. And it definitely starts going a little bit out to sea here on the latest Canadian. Also has another far up ridge right there. GFS moved closer to the coast, but it actually slams Bermuda this run. But it's much slower and stuff. We're going to have to watch that if the trends continue. Icon also had a new trend today where instead of Bermuda, it had it going a lot more west. Look at that. That's not even fully out. We take a look at the precip. The Icon has it getting like all the way over here. A lot more west and south. We're having now 16 people watching. It's awesome. Let's get to a goal of 15 likes and 290 subscribers. If not, let's make it to 300 tonight. We are going to be taking a look at the GEFS ensembles in just a moment, and then we're going to be taking a look at satellite, and then we're going to be taking a look at everything else also. $30 is out. Very interesting. Okay, I want to take a zoom in look here. Okay. This is in the next 6 hours. They do think by the morning this will be continuing to go southwest. And then the next 12 hours, it also thinks it's going to be moving a little bit southwest. And then in the next 18 hours, they start making that westward shift. That's what the GFS shows. 24 hours out, we really start going a little bit more west. And then 30 hours out, we continue that west movement. We go from 18Z to now, it's more closer to those islands. So I want to take you guys a look back at 18Z. And I want you guys to take a look at the spread. Right there, right? And then I want you to take a look at the 0Z. Now the newest run has it now all the way over here. So you see how now it's a little bit more west and a little bit more south than being already turning there. So that's just something to watch on the ensembles. 0Z, it's quite concerning. I agree, Ryan Spencer, that is. I do think the models will be having a trend now towards the south and west again. That's going to be very important. We're going to be watching this, actually, so we're going to keep this page up. Icon is very concerning. Shows like a Cat 5. Take it for granted. I hope you guys know, take that stuff for granted. Let's take a look at the mesoscale convection here. We also have another one to take a look at. Yep, found it. Satellite imagery. We're going to be taking a look at that. I'm going to keep you guys zeros on it. Yep, it's quite concerning. Let's go into Aaron. On the latest run, my arm is starting to pinch me just a little bit here. Quite concerning. What do you mean, Preston, now? What do you mean, in real OTT? What do you mean by that? If you don't mind me asking. And what you want to do for the day. Oh, I want to take a look at the satellite imagery. We're almost at 16 degrees west. I mean south. Oh yeah, that infrared. Look at that. I wish they'd go a little bit faster. That's why I'm using the mesoscale to just look at it. But ooh, more convection. Looks like it's gonna try. What I noticed too is there's 2 now hot towers trying to develop. Yeah, that's what Pat uses. Yeah, I know. Pat lets me. Pat actually told me it's a great website. I learned it from him. how to use it. We're at 20 occurring viewers. Thank you guys for everything. Appreciate it. Yeah, very interesting. We've been having this blow up here to the north here, but we also been having a blow up to the south, where I think low pressure could be is somewhere around here, you guys. It's definitely, I think, it's definitely going southwest. Yeah, I've been seeing that. Well, do you agree with me, Preston, Howie? Has it been going southwest? Like, where would you guys give the best location on this right now? What I see, even regardless on the satellite imagery, it's still going southwest. I mean, I think we already know. Like, is that true? Is it going southwest currently? Oh, yeah. You can actually see it here. Look at that. What it looks like is the low-level center is somewhere around here. It's almost at 16 already. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It is hard to tell. There's definitely some dry air getting into the satellite here. Let's quickly take a look at the GE. Oh, we are at 36 hours out. And we're at 42 hours out. Let's take a look at that. Already starts that turn. Let's take a look at it. 18Z. Yeah, look at that. We had, boom, the consensus there. And then the newest ones, that's when it started its turn. The newest ones now have it over here. So what that tells me, it's a little further west, and it was a little farther southwest. I agree. I think there's going to be some more deeper thunderstorm convection firing off. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. We are at 20 occurring viewers. We're doing absolutely amazing. Could you compare Aaron to the Northwest Caribbean blob on the same satellite? You want me to look at the blob? Yeah. Wait. Oh, I know what you mean. On the same satellite. So this is Aaron right here. Oh, wait. Ah. I really... One moment. There's not going to be too much going on in that Southwest Caribbean. That was an overhype. By the way, that's an upper level spin. That is not a low level spin, you guys. It is really unique. I mean, that is a unique area, but I don't think it will. I don't think he can do that on DBI. Yeah, I can't be that. No, it's missing. It doesn't have a. It doesn't have a low level center. That's a upper level and mid level center. Jordan, that is not going to most likely develop as of right now. If it did have more of a chance, we'll notice on the National Hurricane Center. But no. That's the satellite imagery of that. One moment. Aaron does look a little bit better than this one. No, oh, Aaron looks better by quite a lot, you guys. It's just battling some dry here right now, but it's been moistening up the atmosphere. That's a big thing. It's definitely moving into that 16 degrees. Also, that's something interesting too. I'm very interested in what I'm gonna wake up to on that. The 48-hour mark is out. Yeah, a lot weaker runs. Look at that shift though. It's a little bit more of that shift. If we take a look at the farther out view of the ensembles, yeah, look at that. They're much more. Yeah. Closer to the islands. So let's say this actually is still going southwest here. Yeah, we'll be in trouble. I'm wondering if that's a tough one. I really want to know where the center's at on this, on Aaron right now. Let me take a look at quickly the Discord chats and see if anyone has said anything. No. Um. Not really. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. We're at 12 likes here now. I honestly think it's going southwest right now. Because what I can see right... Yeah, it must be because I'm seeing it go in this way and then I'm seeing the banding features go this way. What I see right now is a low pressure almost. If this trend keeps happening, I would say a low pressure is around there. If this keeps trending, we're going to get awfully close to below 16. We might wake up tomorrow hover around 16 or below. That'll be very important. 13 Aaron does. European aphids. Yeah, I know about that. The different system. We're going to look at that as time gets closer. We're not going to look at that right now. Our main focus is on Aaron. I'm interested on the ensembles. They're coming in slow. Yeah, look at that. I want you to take a look at the 18Z there and then the 0Z. That's not going to be the track. Don't worry. Look at that. A lot closer to the islands, though. European aphis comes in the next high weather cam. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Beans. There's a very deep burst towards the center. Preston, Howie, let me look at that. Do you think I think the center might be just south of that. Wait, hope you're doing well. I am doing pretty well. I just have a pinched nerve right now, so you might hear me like taking a moment. It's because I've been dealing with a pinched nerve for the last like week now. But I'm still making content for you guys. And keeping you guys updated, so I don't mind. What the heck? The imagery has not been... Oh, no. Please fix. Uh-oh. Wait, what the heck? Can anyone hear me? Hey, is my... Can you guys hear me? What the heck? My computer's like crashing. I don't think I'm good. I'm not... You guys, it is not loading. It's loading. Okay. I know you guys can hear me, but it's not working. My whole side, it's... Nothing's... Wait. No, it's not working right now. I think I'm going to end the stream, you guys. We are having a little bit of a crash moment. I am very, very sorry. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. I'm hoping to get this fixed. I'm probably not going to finish up the stream tonight. We kind of already looked at everything. We've been going for the last hour, but I hope you guys please like and subscribe and share with friends and family. We'll be doing an update tomorrow, and I'm going to try